What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turnout, with my co-host, Ryan Limper. And if you couldn't tell already, we're back on the road
with another installment of your favorite series. Because today we saw I-DLE in Chicago at the Radius, and it was actually really sick.
It was so great. We are on our way home. We got about an hour left. We had to deal with some rain outside, so that's why we delayed recording a little bit. But we should be good now.
Because we just saw them 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Time flies.
It really does. But yeah, we went to downtown Chicago to the Radius Theater, which first off was awesome.
Super good place. Never been there before.
I've never been to the Radius Theater, but if you have a chance to go, if you're in, Illinois, around Chicago, anywhere, go to the Radius Theater. It was so cool.
I will say the
really
one
nice
thing that I did not like about it, but that's just me being a cranky old person, is that it's standing room only.
Yeah.
And my knees are just not built to stand.
Oh my gosh.
Anymore.
That was the one thing, the only complaint, I guess, or a gripe I would have is there was a lot of standing, and my knees are feeling too. But that's just us being old people. Don't let that stop you from living your concert dreams. So
seriously.
But
yeah, we saw I-DLE. For those of you who don't know, I-DLE was one of our least favorite groups a couple years ago when they debuted.
Yeah.
Because of the whole them being in Cube with CLC thing, and Cube pushing I-DLE all the time, non-stop when they debuted, and I was like, wow, where's all the love for CLC? You have a group here, I don't understand what exactly is so great about them compared to CLC. But now that we saw I-DLE live, I don't want to be that guy, but they might be the best group of all time.
And it's true. And our tide for I-DLE turned a while ago as far as starting to like them and stuff.
That is true.
It wasn't today the switch flipped, but my gosh, they were so amazing.
Literally, I know we say this about every group we see after we see them, but this might be the best group and the best concert I've ever seen in my entire life.
I know for a fact, I have not thought this. I told you right after, at every show we've been to, maybe some, but I was thinking during this one, this is the best K-pop concert I've ever seen.
It was amazing.
Better than any of the other ones I've been to. It was just incredible.
Fun fact, tune into this week's episode and we're going to do a rundown of
we don't
all of our concerts we've been to so far ranked, so you can get a little behind the scenes action of what shows we've actually been to base this off of. But we've been to a lot.
We've been to a good number now. Already 3 this year. But yeah, this one was just another level. Really another galaxy. It was it was crazy good. It was so fun. It was perfect. It was really perfect.
And for once, we took advantage of our VIP tickets, and we actually went in early for the sound check, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, if anyone tuned into our Brave Girls one, you knew how we were kind of feeling afterward. We're we wished we maybe could have been closer or something, and we were we have one chance to redeem ourselves because I-DLE is open, there's not numbered seats or anything, so we got to do our best to be the closest to the front as possible. And we weren't in the very front, but we were very close.
3 rows back.
We were 3 rows back, so close. We actually, for what it was, the VIP, how we were lined up, we got there pretty late compared to everyone else, but it just worked out in a way where we had a really, really, really great standing spot.
Well, our wristbands, I was number 441, and he was number 440.
Yeah, so...
And there's only a handful of people behind us. We were almost dead last.
We were almost dead last entering of the VIP people for the sound check, but I don't know, it just worked out. Going in, we were able to we were a little to the side, a little bit, but we were row 3 or 4. We were right there.
So yeah, we had pretty decent seats, or I guess spots. It was just really hot because there's a lot of people and my knees are old and I can't be standing for hours like that. But once Idle went on, oh my gosh, it's like I got the knees of like a 21-year-old again.
You're back.
Oh my gosh. And they opened up with Oh My God.
Oh.
And that bass hit so
Just
hard.
a perfect opening song.
So sick.
First off, the sound check, they did 3 songs, and it was really fun. It was really cool to see the sound check. My Bag was one of the sound check songs, so that was awesome. Getting to see My Bag like multiple times. But yeah, opening the show, oh my God, it was like the most perfect opening song ever. It just like was perfect.
And then they went to Villain Dies, which is like one of my favorite songs on the new album. So I'm
super good
hyped
too.
about that.
It's just such a great like 1-2 punch to start it off, and then they threw it back and went with the debut.
Well, the other thing that's cool is like in between every couple songs, it did like a talking part.
Yeah.
And they were just like introduce themselves, like talk about random stuff or like goof around. But the best part is we were talking about it. It just seemed like so like natural and unscripted. Like they're just like messing around and talking. So it was like really nice because sometimes you go to shows and it just seems super scripted. Like you can tell they're reading off a monitor like what they're supposed to be saying, or like what they're supposed to be doing. This wasn't like that.
No, yeah, it was like something that made it really nice. And like, you know, we said this. Well, that's crazy. We said this too, but probably of any K-pop group we've seen, this was probably the best overall like English-speaking group as far as like every member.
Like everything they said was in English.
They spoke in English, and Minnie is pretty much fluent. I'd say Uki is pretty much close to being fluent.
Shuha's a little bit in there.
Shua, you know, it's not her first language, and
Soyeon's her second language.
Soyeon's really good, and Miyeon was actually really great at it. Like everyone was really solid in English, and then with Minnie and Yuki being kind of like really solid, like it was nice because everything was in English. You could tell that they didn't have a translator because they didn't need it, but you could tell they had like a little screen that they'd look at for kind of points, but they really just went with it and joked around with each other, and they had fun. It was, like you said, it was super natural, it was super fun, nothing was like awkward. It was just really fun.
They're also, from the very beginning to the end, were like so hyped and like so energetic, and they would like yell and scream.
Oh, the energy was awesome there.
It was just like a rock concert more than like a K-pop show, honestly.
They were
getting the crowd hyped.
They really were. It really had more of like a kind of edgy vibe.
They brought the energy
of just like pure excitement in a way, and it was really cool because it seemed like the girls like really were like having fun. You know what I mean?
Which is good. So what was after Villain Dies?
I think. Well, that was La Ta Ta. They
did La Ta
went to
Ta.
the debut.
And then they had
a little intermission. That's what it says on here. Then they came back and had Blow Your Mind.
Yeah, that song was sick.
It was really good, and then they played Senorita.
Yes. So the little intermission things, they literally left, and then they did had videos playing, like little.
It was cool.
Like a little I don't know, like an intro video to like introduce all the members again. And
yeah.
They're like doing something random.
They had a very, very large, like huge, covering the whole wall, like LED screen.
Oh, it's sick.
It was really cool. So they had actually like movies playing that they made. You could tell they made like for the tour.
Yeah, like little films.
Just kind of like films with the members would kind of speak, which was like a really nice way to pass that in between time. Because sometimes we've been to shows where it's like kind of not like weird, but it's just like
awkward.
It's kind of awkward, and you're like
make something happen in this time frame. You know?
And having those videos really helped with that. So yeah, they had a little wardrobe.
And it also kind of helped kind of tell the story of the in between.
Yeah.
Because they broke it up into little sections. Like I don't really remember specifically what it was, but you had like your one section, and it had like your. The songs I just said, like, Oh My God, The Villain Dies, lots of times.
Yeah, more like kind of serious.
Then they changed, and they went to like more like kind of like not really ballady, but more like singy songs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It had Blow Your Mind, and then Senorita was the last one.
That was it, and then there was another intermission.
Which is them talking about whatever they're talking about.
Then they just kind of like stand in line and talk.
And then they had at some point, I don't really remember, but they had a dance battle with each other, which is pretty great. And
that was awesome.
That was Minnie versus Miyeon.
That was way down there.
Dang. I was gonna say I don't know the exact order we're trying to.
Yeah, because we're looking at a set list from Houston, which I mean I'm sure it's pretty much the same thing, but yeah, they played Senorita, which I will say wasn't a huge fan of it when it first came out, but my gosh, it was so cool live and it was awesome. Like the bass was awesome, it was super fun. They had their little talking point, then they kind of changed up the vibe and they went with Dum Dee Dum Dee.
Yeah, that's right. Dude,
which was like
oh my
maybe
gosh.
the best song of the night.
The bass of that song is so wild.
Which we loved that song when it came out.
We did.
But seeing it live, that much better. So cool. The girls loved it. They really like ate up that kind of like high energy type concept thing, you know? Like they're really good at being serious, but they're also really good at being fun.
Yes.
So that was good. Then they played Love You, which that song was sick.
Yeah, I honestly never really heard that song.
I really didn't really remember that song. I don't know if I heard it. Maybe like one time we heard it, but that song was awesome.
That was really good.
And they had really cool graphics for that one on the screen. And then they actually took like a break, so it says like VCR. So
yeah, they did. That's the other one where like
they took like a break, so there was another video on the big screen because they had to go kind of change again.
Yes. I think that's the one that I thought was never going to end.
There was one that was like super long. I just don't even know. There's so many on here. I'm like, what did we even see?
I don't even remember.
So many songs. There were so many songs. So they did that.
Like they powered through. Like,
oh my gosh!
They're like, we're halfway through our show, and they played like fucking 13 songs
in like 40 minutes, and then you're like, wow! And then they just keep going. They're just like juggernauts out there. They just keep going. Like talk for a little bit, have fun.
Just like never winded, never out of breath.
No, they just like drink a little water, and they're good to go. It was amazing. Then they played Han.
Yep. Which
this one has
we've also said
two versions.
We've never been a huge fan of Han, but man, it sounded super.
It was really cool live. It was really cool live. It's so nice having just that awesome like live bass, just be like super loud. We always loved that. Then they played Moon.
Yep.
And Already.
Yeah.
Were those the more ballady ones?
Yeah, that was like the more like.
Because that was like their most ballady time.
Those are the ones that I've never really heard.
I never really heard those.
But like all the other fans are like super hardcore.
They're very excited for Moon.
They're like super excited. It must be like a fan favorite.
Then there was Intermission again, which was them talking. Then they played Hua.
Yep.
Which was great. Then there was another video, and then they played Lion, which was really cool.
Oh yeah, everyone was super.
That was a really, really great song. Lion was sick. Fans loved that one. I mean, that's 13 songs so far.
So many songs.
They played a lot. Then they played Liar.
Yeah.
Never Stop Me.
Never Stop Me was sick.
Never Stop Me was very good. Uh-Oh was really dope.
Sick. I love that song.
We love that song. And then they had their kind of last intermission. Or no, that's when they had their dance battle.
Okay, so yeah, then they had the dance battle.
Which was awesome. It was classic. Just having a fun time. The first one was Avril Lavigne song.
Yeah, it was like an Avril Lavigne song, and the second one's like Crazy Right Now.
And then it was Beyonce, Crazy, and then like everyone danced, and it was pretty much just a twerk fest. And
that's what the fans.
Let's just say the fans were happy at the end of the day. So
Neon was living her best life.
That was awesome. Everyone got in on the action. That was super fun. Super fun.
Soyeon like threw her jacket off.
She said she was hot, and she absolutely was. So they had their little dance break, which I guess was like their cool down time, was just twerking. And then they really got into the
what the fans came to see.
Fans with their 17th song, My Bag.
Everyone was so hyped for My Bag.
Was probably
like they were hyped for My Bag.
Yeah, they were so excited.
They're like, you know what time it is? Time for a hip hop song. The most popular Idol song of all time. It was
like the record-breaking Idol song, and it was My Bag, and it was everything we wanted it to be and more. I mean, literally my favorite song of the year, or one of my favorite songs of the year. I think number 2 in the half-season rankings. So seeing that live was like an out-of-body experience.
It was everything I hoped it was going to be.
Oh, it was so good.
The bass hit so hard.
The bass was so nice. The dancing was so nice. The singing was so nice. It was perfect. It was perfect. And then they played Soyeon's like little. I forget what's the game that like
Pop Stars.
Yeah, what's the video game? It's for a video game. League of Legends, maybe.
Oh yeah,
It's KDA or something. It's her little group that she's in. they played that, which is a really cool song. It was really good. It sounded awesome. It's like very high energy and like energetic and intense for, I don't know, I don't play League of Legends, but it was very good. And then they closed things out with their, last song. They had a little talking point in there, their last song of like the set list, whatever, and that was Tomboy.
And everybody freaked out.
Which everyone loved it, and it was really great.
They were so hyped and energetic and running around and like just
oh my gosh,
dancing. It was the best.
There's so many times when they just had songs that they weren't even like really doing choreo. They just like run around and jump and be happy and wave to the fans and like belt it out. They're like, yeah, it was so fun. They really brought like a super awesome like energy, edgy vibe that was just really cool to watch. And then like every single K-pop show of all time, there was an encore.
Yep.
Because there always is.
And they had the cool like, little ending credit thing too.
And their screen thing was cool. And they played "I'm the Trend," which is a really cool, very cool song. Really good song for like an outro kind of ending type song. And then they talked a little more and had La Ta Ta in the English version.
Correct.
Which was like a perfect way to close things out. And then that, again, kind of like most K-pop shows, they kind of like make their way around the stage, wave to everyone, just kind of sing and
make
dance
some
a little
hearts
bit.
like, adorable.
Exactly. And so then that was concluding things, and it was song number 21.
There's so many songs.
Plus the 3 songs we saw in soundcheck, so 24 total songs from I-DLE today. But
I don't know. I think my favorite part too was like them just talking and like running around.
Yeah,
they're like so fun and energetic.
Genuinely having like a really good time and seemed with each other.
They seemed like a really fun group.
They seemed really awesome. Every member was like awesome. Like every member had their shine and like their awesome moments, and like the crowd loved everybody. I mean, Soyeon is like the star player on the team. She just is like the best.
She's so cool.
She's like the coolest person I've ever seen in my life, and like the coolest rapper ever. And like she's the best, and like the main person on the team, you get it. But she lets everyone else have their shine, because everyone else is a star player too. Like Minnie was so cool. Yuki was so funny. Shuo was adorable, and Mian was just all around adorable, beautiful, awesome at dancing. Like.
Yeah, everyone did great.
It was so fun. It was so fun. And then
we got to do our high touch.
We did our high touch, which was really fun. I mean, the high touch is like, it comes and goes really fast, but it was really cool to do. She saw our awesome custom shirts that we had with her face on them, and she loved that. But yeah, the high touch was cool.
It was weird because their high touch they were like on a desk behind like these glass panels with like a door open on it.
And
they
their
stuck
arm was like out the side.
And then they like high-fived you.
Yeah. They definitely had like a lot of precautions.
It wasn't like seeing Brave Girls.
Where it was just like literally high five out the door.
With both hands, no gloves, no anything.
But yeah, it was there were some precautions, but it was okay. We had our high touch and it was really cool. All the members are amazing, beautiful, perfect people.
And then the lady pulled us aside and asked if she could do an interview with us for whatever it was she's doing her interview for.
Yeah, there's some lady with a camera. She had a lanyard that said staff, so I don't know what this video is.
It's because our Susan shirts were awesome. She asked us about how our experience was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we said it was good and everything, but I'm like, what is this even going to end up on? Like, they're just going to throw this up on the Instagram? Like, these guys suck. I
don't know if we're gonna be in some type of like tour video that they're gonna have, but stay tuned. We'll let you know. I thought at first she was just gonna take our picture for something. Like I don't know.
She legit was like, oh, she's out of her report. She's like, your shirts are awesome. Can we get an interview with you? And I'm like, sure. And then she was like, did you like the concert? And we like talked for a second, and yeah, we got like interviewed after. So yeah, people loved our shirts there. It was a lot. We had a lot of people that are big fans of the Susan shirts.
People take pictures of us that we didn't know them, but they asked to take pictures of us.
There's people taking pictures of us when we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, people were loving it. They were laughing. They love Susan. We all love Susan.
We had a lot of people that said, hey, cool shirts.
Yeah, and it was cool. I mean, that's the one thing that's always fun about the K-pop concerts. It's like, I mean, most of the people like know what it is, so you can like relate.
Actually, it's funny because on the way there, before we even got to the venue, there's like these 2 random old white guys in like different places that are like, I gotta ask, who's Susan? I'm like, oh, she's like an artist we're gonna go see today in concert. They're like, oh, that's awesome. Have a great day. I'm like,
Yeah, and one guy's like, I'll check her out on YouTube. And then one of the guys, when I was walking into the security guys like checking your ID, was like, Susan, is that the girl that fell into the lake? I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, but
Maybe.
It's not. She's here.
Is she okay?
Maybe she swam in a lake. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. There's some very interested people in Susan today.
But overall, experience, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Honestly, I think it's the best K-pop show I've ever been to. Maybe some recency bias, but my gosh. I was thinking that while watching it. I was like, this is like the greatest. And every song is like great. Like there wasn't any like, oh, this one, like, are we done with it yet? Or this one. No, like every song was awesome.
I was telling Justin too, while I was like there and we were watching them like perform and do their stuff, I was like, you know what? I don't even know if CLC was here right now, if I'd be as excited to see them as I am seeing IDLE right now, like play My Bag and friggin' Tomboy. Like it was friggin' sick.
They just like brought their own like awesome IDLE energy that was like infectious and it was like so fun.
So that's saying a lot. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, but I will say too, going into the show, I was a big fan of Minnie. She's awesome, and now she's really just even more awesome than she was when I thought that before.
Such an awesome person. Yeah, she was really great. Her English is really great. Just super fun. They had awesome wardrobes that they wore.
Super smiley, energetic, happy.
I just don't.
I don't know. It was awesome.
And then like, there's just something about it. It was really awesome energy. Like it was like super sweet, positive energy. And you felt that you felt it, but then you felt that they felt it too. So it was like that synergy out there of like everyone just having a really good time. But
good show.
It was so great. It was like perfect. I'd love to see him again. It'd be really fun. But
they said they're going to be coming back soon.
Yeah, they kind of said that like a lot, right? Like I thought, everyone kind of says that, but they were like, we will be back soon. And I'm like, maybe they know something we don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is this a spoiler? Like, when's the next?
Because it seemed like they were saying it a lot instead of like, oh, we'll see you soon. It was like,
hopefully we can come back here.
They're like, we will be back very soon.
And Sarah's like, we'll
very
definitely
soon.
be back here soon.
Yes, we'll definitely be here soon. I was like, are you just coming back in like a week? Like, did shows get added?
So look forward to that. That'd be sick. I suggest anybody who gets a chance to see IDLE goes and sees IDLE.
Go see IDLE. They put on an awesome show.
Even if they're not like one of your main favorite groups, go see IDLE.
It's crazy. I never thought I'd like eventually sit here and be like, yeah, I think an IDLE concert was the greatest concert I've ever seen as far as K-pop.
I never thought I'd say IDLE would be the greatest group of all time. Like, I don't know.
They were so great, so cool, so fun. Those girls are the best. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. They had a lot of songs, so if you like them, you definitely got to go.
I hope this was informative for those people who aren't going to see them.
Yeah.
Or were curious
if you're
about
on the fence
what was going on at the concerts.
It was,
and if you are going to go to the concerts here, the last two, enjoy it because it's going to be great.
Yeah. Hey, you never know when they'll come back.
And we're going to be posting some videos and stuff on the YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, so many great videos for everybody to see.
Look out for that. Until then, we will see you in our normal podcast we put up on Fridays. Well, I guess we don't really put it up Friday. I record it Friday. We'll put it up sometime this weekend. You can really just see where IDLE ranks on the list of groups.
Yeah, you have to tune in to see, because we're going to rank all of our current shows. And then catch us next week, a week and a day from now, probably at the same exact time.
I was going to say, technically,
because we're going to go see Luna.
It'll be a week from now, just Thursday.
Yeah, we're going to see Luna in the same exact place we just saw IDLE. So
same exact place, same exact time.
So we're going to see head-to-head, week in between. What show do we think we like more? So I'm very excited for Luna. It's going to be a good time. They're already here in the United States performing, so we'll see them very soon. But IDLE, you guys are the best. We love you guys. And we love you fans. We'll catch you next week or whenever you hear us next. Peace.
Later.